So the Washington Commanders are very active, and as they should, they have a ton of salary cap this year, and they are in their Super Bowl window. First and foremost, they re-signed Zach Ertz. I love this re-signing. He was a total beast for the Commanders a year ago, and I'm just glad he's coming back. It's a 1-year, $6.52 million deal, worth up to $9 million with incentives. He had 66 catches last year with 654 yards and 7 touchdowns, and he led the Commanders with most reception touchdowns, so definitely a good target for Jaden Daniels, and they just had a ton of chemistry a year ago. We all saw it, so definitely a great move. I love it a lot. Sophomore slumps are very real, so to have him back, tight ends are a big safety blanket for quarterbacks, so I love this move a lot. Commanders fans, talk to me. I'm sure you guys love this move as well, but let me know how you feel down below. Along with that, they also re-signed Bobby Wagner to a 1-year deal worth $9.5 million. Big piece on that Commanders defense a year ago. Sure, they didn't have the best unit in the regular season, but that guy is like Dan Quinn. He came in there and he reset the culture. A big time leader in that locker room, and he still has it, man. In my opinion, Bobby Wagner is a Hall of Fame player, a part of that legendary Legion of Boom defense, and the last man standing. Sherman's gone, Cam's gone, Earl Thomas is gone, Byron Maxwell's gone, Bennett's gone, Cliff Averill, etc., etc. They're all gone, but Bobby Wagner, the beast, still going strong. And, he's one of my favorite players to watch, and I'm glad he's coming back. And, yeah, man, definitely one of the best linebackers that the Commanders have had since maybe London Fletcher. It's been a while, so hopefully these guys can get to the Super Bowl. That'd be a great story. I love it. Yeah, man, I like this move a lot. Also, they re-signed Zane Gonzalez, and they just released Jonathan Allen. They couldn't find a trade partner, so they just got him off the books. So the Commanders are very active. I love it. And of course, a week ago they acquired Deebo Samuel. I do expect them to be very active in free agency because, like I mentioned, they have a ton of salary cap and they're in their Super Bowl window. So for the next 2-3 years until you sign Jaden Daniels to that monster contract, now is the time to go for it. Now is the time to put all your chips in the middle of the pot and be like, our time is now. Let's be super aggressive. And that's what they are planning to do based on multiple reports. Now, the Commanders are interested in Khalil Mack. I think that'd be a good move. It's never a bad thing to add a pass rusher to a defense. Sure, he's not in his prime anymore, but the Commanders' defense has a lot of work to do, and I feel like adding another guy that's been around for a hot minute in Khalil Mack would be great to pair with Bobby Wagner. Sure, is this going to take them over the top or anything? No, but that's a solid piece to add if they hypothetically get him. And there's also a report, which is more interesting in my opinion, that the Commanders are among teams pursuing Bengals' Trey Hendrickson. Now Trey Hendrickson led the NFL in sacks a year ago, and he is a player in his prime. I feel like if you add him on the Commanders' defense, who knows, maybe it could take them to the next level. I assume it would. There were reports that they were interested in Myles Garrett, but Myles Garrett is going to stay in Cleveland. So they're pivoting to Trey Hendrickson, and they can't afford him. So I feel like odds are he probably will end up in Washington. So yeah, man, if the Commanders could have a good defense, and if Jaden Daniels can stay healthy, and that offense could just not go through a sophomore slump, easily a playoff team, and probably another conference championship berth, hopefully a Super Bowl berth this time around. But early kind of landscape of the NFC, obviously the Eagles, they have to get over them, and that's really their only true competition right now. I know it's super early to be looking at 2025, free agency begins today, but at the same time, man, if they could truly improve this defense and Cliff Kingsbury could run it back with Jaden Daniels, and they just are healthy and they're good to go, this team is going to be a real threat for a long, long time, man. And obviously, you still have the Lions to contend with, but, the Commanders' defense wasn't even that good for the regular season, and they completely shut down Jared Goff on the road. So I feel like, hypothetically, in 2025, I got the Commanders over the Lions 100%. Plus, there's just a lot of question marks with Detroit losing Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. We don't know how both units are going to look. So I really think going into the 2026 Super Bowl, as far as who's going to represent the NFC, I really only see the Eagles and the Commanders right now. Sure, you could throw the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers, but the Vikings, we don't know who their quarterback is going to be right now. And even if it's J.J. McCarthy, we have to see how it all plays out. I'm sure the Vikings will get good quarterback play regardless because Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback guru, the whisperer. But as a play caller in the playoffs, I feel like he has a lot to work on. So a big question mark there in my opinion. Green Bay Packers, a big question mark as well. They need a wide receiver. Jordan Love needs to kind of bounce back, and that defense needs to keep improving. I already mentioned the Detroit Lions. As far as the NFC South, I don't really see anybody really competing with the Commanders or the Eagles from that division. Falcons could make a playoff appearance with Michael Penix, but we'll have to see. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, they're always competitive, but, I just feel like the Commanders and the Eagles are in a different tier. And as far as the NFC West, Niners, I don't really see how they're going to really compete with the Eagles or the Commanders either. Cardinals, no. Rams, it all depends on Stafford's health, and Puka and what they do this offseason. If they have another great draft, like they drafted Jared Verse a year ago, and they really improved that defense significantly last year. If they have another good draft in 2025, in 2 months, I could see absolutely the Rams being in the top 5 of the NFC. Maybe, just maybe, they could make it to the Super Bowl in 2025. I mean, come on, bro. They almost beat the Eagles. They were pretty close. So, yeah, as of right now, just like a quick outlook. I know it's super early. I know. But Eagles, Commanders, Rams, I'd say the only competition for the Commanders right now. So, really a silver platter in my opinion. I feel like the road is a lot easier than the AFC. Because in the AFC, you have Josh Allen and the Lamar and the Bengals. And you have Houston. And, of course, you have Kansas City. And the Chargers and the Broncos are coming, bro. They're coming. I think the Broncos and the Chargers will be very good in the next 2-3 years. So, in my opinion, the NFC is a lot more wide open than the AFC. Let me know if you agree with me. And let me know if you think the Commanders can make it to the Super Bowl in 2025, and what do you want them to do this offseason. If you made this far, please subscribe, like the vid, it'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
The Jets offense tries to continue some momentum, still possessing the football as the final quarter gets underway. The final quarter underway now with this snap. Credit Darrell Washington with that tackle.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it. Nice job by the offensive line.
The Jets have it at the 24. And it's complete to Marshall.
The Jets show you need a lot of ways to pick up third downs because it's so key to winning football games in the NFL. That time they throw the pass and they pick up yards for the first down. Nice situation here for the offense. They're winning the football game. Now they're in the red zone. Let's see if they can come up with a play that fools the defense.
Stepping up to the 3-yard line. Second and goal from the 3. Marshall Well, I tell you, it's getting ugly out here. The Jets offense coming back onto the field. It was a good drive for them the last time they had it, all the way down to the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, you know, in this game, Jim, it's all about momentum. And when you feel you got the momentum on your side, you got to take advantage of it. So now I think it's up to the offensive coordinator to call the right plays. Got to give the defense some credit on first down. There's so many things the offense can do. They were ready for that play, and they stopped it.
The Jets have it at the 29. Wide to the left. Into the open.
Jets offensive line will be whooping it up tomorrow when they watch this play in the film room. What a good job by them. Excellent planning and awesome execution.